This is audio of my dreams that I have. Very vivid dreams. They're crazy. That makes no sense to me. I woke up. The very last thing I remember is this. I opened my bedroom door in my dream, and on the floor, laying down with my comforter over him, is my father, and he looks up at me as if he was just waking up. My father passed away in 2011. He looks back down. I go into the room. Now instead of him, it's my brother. My brother looks at me and he says, "Hey, can you go hand me that fan?" I go grab the fan. I said, "Be careful with it." I give it to him. He yanks it from me. I said, "Be careful with it." For some reason, on the end of the plug, where the plug should be, was a DVD case. Apparently, it was attached to, I don't know what was going on there. Next to him was my father's dad. And I haven't seen him since I was 5 years old. But it wasn't him at all, but it was him. Next to him on the floor was my cat, Yuri. Yuri had his paws around a small or medium McDonald's fry container with fries in them, and he was just eating them out of there. I go over to my cat, and I grab them from him. He rolls over like a baby and just sits there with his mouth open, and I started feeding him fries. That was at the end of my dream. Very beginning of my dream. There was a donkey. It was an alleyway. The right side was all fences and trees. It was dark. There was a donkey literally hee-hawing down the sidewalk towards me. I'm like, what the hell is that? It's nighttime, it's dark, I'm walking. Behind the donkey is this gigantic man being chased by another gigantic man. But these guys were like 9 feet tall. One was literally dressed in a gorilla suit, sort of. It was like an amateur-made gorilla suit, chased by this other man. They weren't saying anything, they were just running. Behind me and in front of me, behind the guy in the monkey suit, there were sirens of cops, somebody chasing people. After the donkey had passed me, I remember running away and hearing in the background, like as if the donkey was dying, being killed by a gang or something. People were yelling about why they were killing the donkey. I just ran. So I booked it. I ran towards this brick building. There was a strange man outside. I remember it being cold out. I remember he had like weird shoes, shorts, and a light, thin zip-up hoodie. I go inside the building. I go into some room. Now I'm in this room. I don't really remember anymore what was in my room, other than the fact that I had my cat. But at first, it wasn't my cat. It was a gray cat. And I remember he kept chewing on the cords of a fan that I had plugged in the wall. And I went to go grab the cord, and he had already chewed through it. So I was instantly sad. I like to sleep with a fan. So anyway, I go to grab the cat, and the cat, like, bites the side of my palm and just pulls it and just is holding it as if he's trying to prevent me from picking him up or something. I'm like, "Yuri, what are you doing?" Then I realize it's not Yuri. It's a completely different cat. I'm like, this is really weird. And then I hear a knock on my door, and it's in this room that I'm in this building, I guess my neighbor or something. Some man I've never seen before. He asked maybe where his cat was or something. I don't really recall. I don't remember much after that, other than finding Yuri. Now all of a sudden I have my cat. My cat. My cat's fat as heck. I don't know how it got so fat. I don't really remember much in that building. Although, the strangest and most vivid part of this dream cycle. So the end was my brother in my room, my dad, my grandpa, and my cat. The beginning was 2 cats, including my cat, plus me and my neighbor. The very middle part of my dream was the longest, because this is where my lucidity came in. Because I had woken up halfway through my dream, and I remember wanting to go back into it. And when I lucid dream, if I wake up in the middle of the night and I go right back to sleep, I can go back in it. And at this point now, I know that I'm back in it, so I can make more lucid decisions. I'm not able to completely take over my dream, but I am able to make certain decisions that I would never have done before had I known I was in the dream. I had more realizations. So I've been watching Lucifer. I've been binging Lucifer on Netflix for a long time. And Lucifer was in fact in my dream. Detective Chloe Decker was also in my dream. I remember being in this just storm, in this ocean. Super crazy. The last episode I watched, spoiler alert, season 4, halfway through, the priest was locked up in the jail, and he was talking about how he's being expedited back to Rome. I think that caught in my mind subconsciously. So when I was sleeping in this dream, Lucifer and I are in this gigantic storm in the ocean. It's just torrential downpour. It's crazy. Now, I was in the ocean as well as not in the ocean. It's as if I was spectating third person and through his eyes, Lucifer's eyes, and also first person. It's so strange. I remember there being debris in the water, like huge temples or huge rustic ruins, bricks and pillars of old buildings and old structures in the water. And there was a mountain. I remember Lucifer swimming up to the peak of the wave, and there are rocks, and he was holding on, and then this big wave would just come right in and push him all the way down. There were people in the water. There were aspects of my dream where I was inside of the water, watching these waves and this debris and these bricks hit these people and just take them out, wipe them the fuck out. And it was so strange and so real, so vivid. And these waves kept happening. I mean, it was insane. I don't even understand what it was happening. I remember after the ocean, I was in a room, big room, maybe like a warehouse. Lucifer was there. Chloe Decker was there. Detective Decker was wearing not usual clothing she would in the Netflix series. I don't really remember what was said. And there were kids there. I remember we were trying to get something done.